Welcome back to another Duel Links video. Today we're gonna be going over the same deck, not the same one as we covered last time, that being Sharks, because the meta is gonna be changing, and there is a deck that just isn't tiered. I know Duel Links meta isn't like, it doesn't really mean anything. It's only really there to kind of give like a gauge on like what's meta, what's the best of the best. But a deck that's really underrated, I feel like, just because it lacks a good skill, is Chimera. I never run into it on ranked, which is surprising because it's like this is one of the better decks out there, and its survivability, it can shut down. Its survivability, it's really good. There's so many times where the opponent does clear my board, they're going, and then battle phase, you can't activate anything else, and then pull out the Nightmare Magician from the graveyard, and you win. They crash into it, you take their monster, you destroy something on their board to make it easier for you next turn. There's so much like comeback potential with this deck, and like I said, I'm surprised it just nobody really runs it. Like I said, its skill is kind of lackluster. Let me see, compared to other decks where it's like, I feel like revealing stuff is easier, and you don't really brick with other decks, is what I feel like. So with the skill, reveal one monster that mentions Chimera Fusion, which is gonna be this guy, and any of the illusion monsters. I wish they kind of did make it so like the spell card actually helps you enable the skill, but and then it's, I think, add the fusion spell card to your hand. But if you only like start with this and you don't have any other monster in your hand, you might be cooked. And there's like a couple different things you can add into this deck. This is just like one of 3 builds that I have. There is the effect veiler, the kaiju. I like the kaiju a lot. It can enable OTKs. You could just get rid of your opponent's problematic monster and crash into it. But I feel like this is one of the more, I guess, free to play, quote unquote, friendlier decks, because there's not that many ultra rares besides like these 2, right? And they both come in the same box. As ultra rares, you could just go through it once and you'll have more than enough. You'll be more than good to go. I mean, the main boss monster is an SR. Now you just throw in staples, whatever you got. Effect veiler, DD Crow, kaijus, etc. The one thing I like about this deck is the amount of like, what's it called? I guess tech cards you can slap into it. Activate with Beatrice, they activate at the graveyard. They can't be negated because there is no called by the grave in this game. The card that would usually stop this deck is the Abyss Dweller, because everything activates in the graveyard. Necro Valley can be annoying, that's why you got MST. That's why you have Nightmare Phoenix. Let's just go over like the main deck. These 2 are essential. You can send this to the graveyard with a skill from the deck or hand. This, I've been hitting here games with this card for the past 5 months, or this deck for the past 5 months, and I've only had 1. But 2 does help a little bit more with consistency, because you can discard something and add an actual like skill enabler. Effect veiler, like I said, you can just change out for any other tech cards you want. It doesn't have to be a hand trap specifically. Kaiju, I think 1 is fine. I think I have kaiju in every single build that I got for this deck. Tackle Crusader, interchangeable. You could also add something like Farfa, the Abyss Dweller. Not Abyss Dweller, the Burning Abyss. Let's see, Farfa right here. This guy, send him to the graveyard, banish a monster till the end phase. Snapdragon is probably the go-to because on your opponent's turn you can rip a card out of their hand. Two Befomant. What's his name? Performant. Two of those is fine. Because if you get like two of them in your hand, you can't fusion summon them. You get three Cornfield, 3 Gazelle, 3 Mirror Sword Knight, 1 Tau to like, make a Link monster at the very end of your combo. Vision Resonator package with Crimson Gaia and Fiendish Golem. That's self-explanatory. Banish a 2k monster, 2k attack higher. Monster MST for like a little bit of disruption. Extra deck. This guy, he can usually end the game by himself. He rips a card out of your opponent's hand. He sends a beast, fiend, or illusion, so you can get your fiend resonator or this guy. Tornado Dragon just for a rank 4 pop. Beatrice is busted, enables a lot of tech cards that I mentioned before. IP because there are other techs you can run like I said, rank 4 or IP, into Phoenix or Nightmare Unicorn or Goddess of the Underworld. You could add that as well into the deck and it'll work out. Where is she? Nightmare Unicorn is fine. Goddess in the Underworld is fine. I think she's an SR, but I think she's a box card. I hate that she isn't they're not related for some reason. I forgot Splash Mage is in the game. I don't know what other deck to make a guide out of. Actually, Life Twins might be kind of fun to make a video on, just because I know a lot of people like them. I can't find Goddess. There she is. Yeah, I saw her. I think she's a selection box though. Yeah, unfortunately, but she's a good card to pick up. But she's not unnecessary. This is the build I ran this month, November 2025, to Hey King of Games. Got the Cosmic Cyclone to get rid of the ritual card against Shinobirds, to hit Majesty till they can't ritual summon. What other cards in the graveyard or back row you want to get rid of? It's just, it has good. It's pretty viable. This is another tech card I completely forgot about. You can send it to the graveyard on your opponent's turn or in your main turn if you open Resonator, take damage during the battle phase, and you destroy something on their field. This isn't really necessary, but I guess it could come in clutch just to have it's nice to have another trap. Imperm, pay to win card. I gotta update this though. Like I said, this is the deck I used for this month. Okay, I was scared. I thought my headphones were connected again. But yeah. And then this last build. I think this is the one with the dinosaur link. Yeah, I made a whole video on that. Probably check it out if you haven't already. So I think it's time for the replays. These are kind of old replays, but I wanted to make this video to just kind of get it out of the way. Before I end up deleting these to show its potential. Thankfully this time I actually do have replays against top tier decks, but I think we're starting off with one of them that isn't. I mean, Sword Soul is tiered, but whatever, we're just here to show out the competence of this deck. Let's see. All right, good hand. Yo, I think I misplayed this shit terribly actually. We're more like I made it more difficult for myself. I feel like this deck has a good matchup against a lot of things. Also, yeah, never Imperm or Effect Veiler Sword Soul. I guess this is why Imperm is obviously better, because you can activate it on your turn, but never Effect Veiler. You're not gonna stop its combo. Yeah, no, it has a full board to negate that. Bait out the Adamant Anticipator. Like I said, saving your infinite impermanence would have been better here, bait out this and then negate this, and but here he is gonna Yeah, he misplayed terribly. What I like to do is have the toggle on and just like let it sit for a bit out an interaction. He wasted a negate. Something is gonna get banished though because of this guy, but it is what it is. Activate that. Got 2 Chimera fusions. You can use this as material. Yeah, negate that. Because we have Chimera, so he basically protects us from any effects as long as we have an illusion in the graveyard. Let's tear 1 card from his hand at the end of the phase. And bro, we're just getting a shit ton of graveyard effects. Yeah, I think he's gonna go for the Albaz, but that's fine. We got 2 fusion monsters. We're not worried. You can go ahead and do that. Yep. Ooh. Get our spell card back. Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking. I think this guy was just bad. He should have got rid of the fusion, but it's fine because we got more material. Get our Mirror Sword Knight. Fuse into the big guy. When he attacks, he doesn't get destroyed, and he also negates. Yeah, nobody gets destroyed in the fight against this guy. Negate, and since we used 2 or more illusion monsters, we can just finish him off right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's usually the game plan. Bait out their negates and crash with this big guy right here. Pretty fun. It's pretty satisfying. Next up we do have what's his face against Merrick. Oh, Merrick can be annoying as hell, that's for sure. He can be really annoying, especially with the continuous spell card that Ra runs, which is like monsters that are special summoned this turn cannot attack except for like the Winged Dragon or Ra. Oh yeah, we got a bad hand here. Got a terrible hand. This is one of the problems with this deck. With so many tech cards, it is like kind of prone to breaking, but it is what it is. You gotta really like rely on your draw. The game plan against Ra is to, destroy this. Oh, and sphere mode is annoying too. Yeah, because you don't really have an out to it. And that's where Goddess kind of comes in, so that you can use it as material. We did get lucky with the Beformant. Get the Fiend. Future Summon, Chimera. Yeah, you always want to get this guy out. He will help you to survive next turn in the attack phase, in the battle phase. Yeah, there's something. Good to have 2 monsters. I'm surprised. I don't know why Fiendish Golem still went through, but oh well. I thought the Blaze Cannon gave him protection, but it is what it is. I'll let him do his thing. He's gonna pay, I think, the 1,000 life points. Yep. Send everything to the graveyard. Add Ancient Chant and battle phase. And get our combo starters. Yep. Beat that out, and we're trying to get as many bodies on the field so that we can use Goddess to get rid of that. Otherwise, we're not winning. But yeah, we need a Nightmare Phoenix first as well. Get all of our effects. Yep. We're just stockpiling everything, and he doesn't have much health left because of the because of using Ra's effect, and yeah, he's dead. So against Ra, it can be a little bit more tricky for sure, but hopefully this replay gives you an idea. We got 2 more replays against big hitters. Oh, I don't got Snowbirds. I don't got a Snowbirds replay, and I am not about to stay up later to scout for some fucking Snowbirds on King of Games ladder, bro. It's very unlikely. Oh yeah, the 7-game win streak with Chimera. Yo, you see this shit, bro? That's a testament to how powerful this deck is. Going against Rebecca, one of the hardest decks to go up against, going second. Yeah, just this guy got the perfect board too. Yeah, Farfa is useless here. I did make the same mistake again with Imperm, where it's like I should have waited on my turn to activate it. Yeah, I was like, maybe he won't get the Dragon Maid, but there it is. He got a free IP as well. So that's 3 back row, 1 negate, only negate, 1 bounce, and 1 monster snatcher slash disruptor with like Nightmare Phoenix or Nightmare Unicorn. Gonna imperm that, that's fine. We can use it was a bait to use the show, get the spell card back. I don't think returning the monster was a good idea, but it is what it is. Yeah, did you see all these interactions going on? Resonator, activator. Yo, he's just negating everything. He had droplet, like, yep. Go Beatrice. Get my boy back. Destroy that, and he has nothing left because he lost everything. And yeah, he had no follow up. I don't think he had he didn't have the dragon rulers in the graveyard, so there was just no follow up. Yeah, he really just like let out all his ammunition trying to disrupt me. But the thing I like about fusion decks is that even if they're negated or they're sent face down, and with this quick play fusion spell in the main phase, you can dodge a lot of negates. And yeah. Maybe I just got lucky, but still I did pretty bad using infinite impermanence on their turn. And then here we go, got Kaiba himself. I don't think I kept I lost my win streak because there are times where I'm just playing and I'm like winning consistently, where I'm just like I don't pay attention anymore, and then we draw the best card in our deck against Blue Eyes. Yeah, this is gonna let us OTK, but I don't remember how this match went because it's been forever. Standard Blue Eyes combo. If you do have imperm, it wouldn't hurt to, I mean, I guess you could try to negate quote unquote the Kaiba man, but it's like it's just as useful going second. You're not gonna stop a synchro play because you can just set up this guy, or yeah, get rid of the pop. Orcus. Oh, it's my cat being dumb. What happened? Oh, yeah, people just give up at the sight of the skill being procced, and yeah, goes to show. Kaiju is enough to really ruin your opponent's experience, make him forfeit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. If you were actually watching this and you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Hopefully I explained everything well and went over everything fully, so that everybody can understand. I'm not good at this Yu-Gi-Oh shit, but I enjoy the game a lot and kind of want to, put myself out there with this game. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you guys on the next one.